this is going to be the second part of our brochure recreation. So what we did last week and where we left off was with the outside. And you're going to notice when I've opened this file, because I moved the folder, I've got some errors down here. And that's something you definitely want to remember to watch for in InDesign. So if you do have that red light down at the bottom here where it says 3 errors, you can just double click on the word error and it will open the pre-flight window. And pre-flight is what we used to call having to do this ourselves, essentially. Pre-flight is a term that represents going through your file and making sure there's no errors or no images that need correcting for color code and all that. So we used to do all that manually. So that's why it's called pre-flight. It's essentially before you send it. So when you're working on something, it's of course okay to have some errors. That's common. You know you have some things that you have to get back to and fix up and so on. But if you did open it and you have some missing links specifically on something that you worked on earlier, you're going to want to update those. So I need to update these on mine. And if I go into the pre-flight window, I can just double click my way through to whatever that missing item is. So this one is saying that these elements here are what's missing. And you can see the red question marks on the links as well. So I want to update those. If I double click on this, it will take me to the specific one that's missing. So it's pointing to this here, and then it just goes and it gets, the more you double click your way through the pre-flight, the more specific it gets to what's missing. Okay, so now to update these, I can go into the flyout menu of pre-flight and I can get a little bit of a report and everything, but I can't necessarily do the update from there. So the best way to do that is to just close this. Because we're dealing with links at the moment, we're not dealing with any text problems, which is another error that you might see in there. I'm just going to close this and I'm going to open up my links palette. And oh, there we go. And this is again going to show those errors. So I know that it's in the same folder as these things anyway. It should be. So I'm actually going to see where this one is. And then it just saves me a moment of searching. So it's in one of my links folders here. So I'm going to go to this, I'll relink. And then it's all going to be in here in the outside components. And that would be left panel. So I'm looking for this one actually, that's middle panel. Let's make sure you're getting the name and the file name correct for what you're looking for. And then it may find the others. Sometimes it says, I see the others in here, and asks you if you want to update them all. It didn't see them in that specific file, so I'm just going to go and track them down. And making sure I'm getting the right one. And then the final one there. So whether you do it sooner or later, you definitely want to make sure that you're getting these updated. Okay, there you go. So we've got those updated. We don't have any errors. We've got no errors. So again, you may want to work with ongoing errors if it's something that you know you're going to get to, or you may want to update them right away. But definitely before you export your final production file or your PDF to hand in, whatever the case may be, you definitely want to make sure that you have no more errors.